Welcome to our WWE Raw reactions here at Trippy Commentaries. We have an epic episode of Raw to cover tonight because it was our lead up to this year's Royal Rumble. It should be a good one. I'm RJ here with Raspo.
Yo, what up, man?
And K-Mac.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody?
Now, we really primarily want to cover the main event of this one, guys. It had a lot of crazy stuff going down. Some guys made epic returns. And we have possibly some pretty cool superstars making a comeback very soon because of the happenings of this final event of tonight's Raw. But Raspo, it was certainly an eventful night. A lot went down besides that. Is there anything you want to cover before we really jump into what happened at the end of the episode?
Yeah, I mean, I think we could cover just a few of the other matches, touch on a few of the other superstars.
All right.
I would say it's kind of cool to note that there were a few legends in the house tonight.
Yeah,
in
that's
the
very true.
Hulkster, Shawn Michaels. We saw Ric Flair chopping the Big Show. That was awesome.
Amazing.
That was
And I think above all else, the return of the NWO and DX.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was a huge burst of nostalgia for us, I know.
What'd you think about Mizdow dressing up like X-Pac and trying to pull that off?
He kind of went out of character for a second there, you know? He's usually, I thought he was under contract with The Miz.
The Miz didn't seem too happy.
The Miz was a little pissed off about it, but...
He was going for that wolf pack, of course, you know, the wolf symbol that you match up with your partners in crime, but no one was going
Diesel
to give it back.
actually gave him the, you know...
Yeah, the brush off. He was going for it.
The hand slick in the hair.
Yeah.
The slick back.
Kevin Nash, man, one of my favorites. That guy is a beast. He's so huge. He makes, like, Shawn Michaels look tiny. He just towers over everybody.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I know you were interested in the Divas happenings tonight.
Yeah, one thing I mentioned to you before we started tonight was that I saw for the first time this week, and for the first time ever for me personally, the show Total Divas.
All right.
And it's kind of interesting because these are real people outside of wrestling,
right?
You know? So you always wonder. I remember when I was a kid, it just so happened that there was a woman wrestler, Alundra Blaze, and she lived in my neighborhood for a little bit. I used to see her ride around on her Harley, and I went up there one day to her house, and I asked her for her autograph, and it was so surreal meeting this person who you're like, you know, you see them on TV, and you're like, they're a wrestler, but they're also a real person too, and you know, their lives are connected through the show. It's a reality TV show, so there's obviously some fluff and that
There's
sort of stuff.
gotta be,
There's real life stuff too, like.
Well, we have Natalya on screen right now. I remember I was watching an episode where she went out with Paige. They went to a party, and it was an interesting party. You had a lot of the wrestlers there. You had Wade Barrett was chilling. And they had some brownies, so Natalya went for the brownie, and then Paige came over and told her that it was a special brownie, and I'm sure all you guys know what a special brownie is. Of course, Natalya freaked out. It was pretty funny, and it's kind of a cool angle to the Divas.
For sure, man. On this episode, they were kind of talking about Paige and Natty, as she calls her, about sexualizing their matches, because Paige says that's part of her character, and Natty doesn't really go for that. She said she doesn't really like to be like that in the ring. It's kind of embarrassing.
The girl on girl she don't like too much.
But, you know, Paige had a point. I guess they settled in the end that, you know, Paige was saying the crowd kind of digs it, and why not, you know?
Sure.
You only live once, so.
Oh, yeah. Last thing I really want to bring up is Daniel Bryan really got his ass kicked tonight by Kane. Yeah, man, that wasn't good to see. Kane just came in and kind of got the distraction action in on him, and then after that, after he lost the match, of course, because Kane's distraction action, Kane came in and really put the beat down on him. So that wasn't good to see. Of course, Daniel Bryan was facing off with Bray Wyatt, so it wasn't an easy match, but he would have won it, in my opinion, if it wasn't for Kane getting in the way. And there was no redemption at all. It just left off at Kane beating down DB there, so hopefully he makes a bounce back in time for the Royal Rumble. He's one of our favorites.
I think he'll be back, and Daniel Bryan is known for making epic returns and just coming back stronger than he was before. So
yeah. So let's go ahead and get into the main event. Man, how do we even start this now? Basically, John Cena had an opportunity to get his three combatants, or former combatants, back. You have Doph Ziggler, who, man, this guy's got to be in the Royal Rumble, but he was fired. You also have Ryback, who would get in a lot of steam here all of a sudden. And I'm a big Erick Rowan fan. He's a huge guy, really athletic for being so big, and I want him back as well. We've had some failed attempts here, and now it was Cena's shot. But he had to go against Seth Rollins, Kane, and the Big Show. What were you thinking heading into the match, Raspo?
Well, I was thinking kind of exactly what happened, which this did occur in that we saw J&J Security get involved. We saw Kane and the Big Show pulling Cena, pulling Seth Rollins. They were all just really screwing with the match, and the Authority, like usual, was messing with things, and we were thinking, all right, Cena's screwed,
Cena totally looked screwed. He had no shot at this until all of a sudden on the Titantron,
the man of the hour, man.
It was
Sting.
Unbelievable. Sting. Now, at first, it was funny because he was just standing still, and I believe, was it JBL who said that's just a picture?
Sting, yeah. That's because he didn't want to believe it. He's like, that's not Sting.
That's not a video.
That's a picture.
And then you see some slight movement by Sting, and you know right then this is real. Unless he's just going to do a total troll where it's only on Titantron. Sting's in the building.
Yeah.
Sure enough, Sting walks up, points out, kind of in the general vicinity of everybody, but Raspo, I'm thinking it's Triple H that he's pointing out. And in that time, with the distraction action, Cena pulled off the maneuver we see many, many times in the WWE, and that's the quick pin on Seth Rollins. So it's official. The three superstars are back, but after that, you had Triple H flip out. He got on the announcer table after throwing off the top, and he was flipping out, man. He was like, Sting! And that also pronunciates the whole, you have the whole feud brewing between Triple H and Sting. You've been predicting for a while that they're going to match up at WrestleMania. Yep. This adds fuel to the fire.
Yeah, I predicted this, and I predicted that we were definitely going to see these three superstars back for the Royal Rumble. I know that you guys like these three guys. We were all talking about maybe Dolph Ziggler having a shot.
Oh yeah,
or Ryback or Rowan for that matter. At the Royal Rumble Championship. But yeah, the Triple H Sting rivalry is freaking awesome, man. I love it. It's like we have two legends. They're past their prime, but they're basically legends in this game. Yeah. And to see them possibly squaring off, most likely squaring off at WrestleMania, is huge, man.
Yeah, anytime we can get Sting in the ring, man, I'm down to watch that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and believe it or not, guys, it got even better because just when you thought everything was going to end, it was the end of the episode. Whose theme hits? None other than the Beast Incarnate. That's right.
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman came out, and as you guys could probably imagine, destruction was soon to come. And he was heated at Seth Rollins. They had a little bit of a feud kind of brewing from the past couple nights, which I didn't see coming because you had Paul Heyman shake his hand. But now that's taken a turn for the worse. And I'm sure that has a lot to do with Rollins being in the match now. Now he's public enemy number 2 for Brock Lesnar. So Lesnar made basically just went to him and
I mean, Rollins curb stomped him,
Yeah.
and you know, if you can't curb stomp the Beast and then say stuff like, you know, Lesnar's ducking me, I'm trying to cash in my Money in the Bank without repercussions.
I felt like Lesnar was going for the F5 on Rollins, but he had to go through the two big guys first, right? He had to go through the Big Show, which no way can F5 him, right? And then, of course, he also had Kane there as well. Went right to Kane, impressive F5, knocked out Kane right away, turned right to Seth Rollins, speared him. So wasn't able to get the F5 yet. Obviously, no German suplex.
Started the ground and pound.
Rollins, he dipped out of there with the quickness. J&J was pulling him desperately. So
Big Show pulled him off.
He turned to Big Show.
Oof.
And he got Big Show on his shoulders for, felt like, good 5 seconds, which is, I mean, this is the world's largest athlete, quote unquote. And he performed the F5 on the Big Show. Wow.
That was awesome. The whole scene was so sick, from Sting appearing on the Titantron and the crowd just popping off. That was one of the loudest pops, if not the loudest pop of the night that I heard.
Oh, yeah.
To
Lesnar pop was good, too.
The Lesnar pop was good, and so was when Triple H chanting "No." The whole crowd, yes.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that was
right.
That was epic,
that was awesome.
Daniel Bryan involved as well.
And the Lesnar thing, man, tossing Big Show around like a rag doll, pretty much. Man, that was awesome, man.
Yeah.
This was one of the most epic endings in Raw that we've seen
in a while.
Totally
I can't
redeemed
remember a better Raw ending.
Yeah.
I can't even.
Good timing leading into the Royal Rumble, that's for sure. So, K-Mac, a lot of things happened there at the end. That was incredible.
Yeah.
The most important news is, of course, the return of the 3 superstars. I'm going to say it. We do have a prediction show that we'll bring for you guys. Royal Rumble picks. The Royal Rumble prediction itself, the big match, that's going to be tough enough. But you have the triple threat match for the championship. But I am currently picking Dolph Ziggler. Now that he's back, I think he's going to pull some stuff off. Who do you have as the favorite? Is it this beast right here?
I mean, I'd like to see him. Obviously, Daniel Bryan
Reigns
is a big favorite. But it's good to see these 3 guys are going to be in the Royal Rumble. I mean, they all deserve to be. Especially Ryback in there. He's just a big guy, so he's another hard guy to get out of the damn ring.
He's going to be one of them final 5 is my prediction. I see Ryback in there.
But what about Big Show tonight? He's like the show bitch because he came in, did his whole little bitch thing with the legends there, with Hogan and Ric Flair. And then Roman Reigns comes in, he's like, you can't toss me over a rope, I'm 400 and some pounds. And Roman Reigns comes, oh yeah? And tosses him right over the top rope. And then he gets slammed, he gets the F5 on him from Brock Lesnar. It's not a good night for Big Show at all.
Big Show always comes out with that same old shtick, man.
Yeah,
like, you would have done the same thing I did. It's your fault.
He's about to cry out there, man.
Yeah. Well, it was a great episode of Raw tonight, guys. Let us know what you thought. And I'm pretty excited for the Royal Rumble. This is going to be pretty epic. There's a lot of really big things going down. I know the Royal Rumble itself is going to take up most of the time. Yeah. But between that and the triple threat match for the championship, that's the one we really have to get into our predictions for our, of course, Royal Rumble preview.
Sure.
Who's going to win it, guys? I've been hearing lots of rumors that Lesnar is going to leave for the UFC, but I really feel like he's hitting his prime as a wrestler. Everybody loves him. He's getting a huge pop. Man, he's becoming a bigger wrestler than ever. He's the champ. John Cena, probably going to win this thing, guys. We'll see. But is it Seth Rollins' time? We got to get into it. Thank you guys for joining us. What do you think about tonight's episode, Raspo? One of the best in a while.
I think it was an epic episode, and I got to get going. Paige is texting me. She wants me to go to a party with her, so
son of a bitch.
Got to get going.
All right.
Already addicted to the reality television show, huh? One episode did you in.
Thanks for joining us, K-Mac. I'm RJ. Make sure to stay tuned to us here at Trippy Commentaries. We vow to give you the best wrestling coverage on YouTube. And, of course, stay trippy, my friends. Later.